Hey guys, so the question is, and I get this probably almost every week, is how much should I be spending on Facebook ads? And I don't know. I know probably a wrong answer. Is there a right answer? I'll tell you what I do. All right, and I talk about this, and I'm going to show you the book a little bit here because I'm going to show you some examples of some strategies that we've done. But what we do is $50 a day. So I would say that so basically $1,500 a month. And I would say if you can't, if $1,500 a month is a stretch, then I would probably put money elsewhere. Facebook, as you know, it's what you post is, how many people are going to see it. So that's the big question you have to ask yourself. There's minimal engagement these days. They're forcing you to basically pay to play. And if you don't have a big budget, it's like, okay, what's the point of this? And so a lot of doctors are spinning their wheels. They're posting. There's not much engagement going on. And understand, I use Facebook for one reason, and that's to fill in-office workshops. That's really the only reason or the only method I use. And it's a distant, so like our number one source of new patients is radio. Number two is Google. Number three is probably referrals. Number four, Facebook comes down the line. There's different ways of using it as well. There's different schools of thought. So like how we do it is I'll run an invite ad, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll go back and retarget that audience of anybody who's watched maybe 50% of that video. I'll go back and I'll create the custom audience of that, or anybody who's engaged with that video. That makes sense. But I'll hit them with a different call to action. So the different call to action will be a one-on-one consultation. Sometimes people maybe feel intimidated by coming into a group setting, learning about XYZ. So maybe they don't want to come to a workshop, but they see value here, but maybe they want a free consultation that's one-on-one because they have a condition that they want to talk about in private, for example. So different schools of thought. Some people are like, hey, you have to create value, and then just retarget those people that have watched your stuff with a more aggressive call to action. I don't know that there's a right or wrong way. I would just do something. Something is better than nothing. You can test it. We've tested so many different things. Value, retargeting, call to action, and retarget. There's images versus video. Split test. I mean, what works for me in Minnesota might not work in Texas, for example. So it's all about split testing. I show doctors what I do. I give you all my ads, how I run them. I train on all that stuff, all the images, the custom audiences. The other thing you can do though, and this is what I talk about in this book, so it starts on page 53. It's gonna be hard for you guys to see this thing, but I give you, what we teach is a 21-day sequence. I know it's hard to see, but like for example, there's day 3, there's like the exact post, here's day 2. But what I teach is a 21-day sequence of Facebook Lives leading up to an event. So let's say you put, and this is the first, like if a doctor comes into my TriWell system, we have the first 30 days mapped out, but 21 of those days, you're doing a Facebook Live every day. Guys, I've never done a Facebook Live in my life. Okay, secret, here, okay, you're watching this video, it looks like I'm live. I'm not live. Okay, I have a software that streams everything I do live. These videos that I shot, this chapter's called Facebook Friend of Foe. The videos that I shot them all in one day. So I did a 21-day sequence of videos in 2 hours. I think it was like a Tuesday morning. I shot 21, I think it was about 22 videos in a 2-hour stretch. And so then I was done, my 3 weeks was done. But I streamed a video, I streamed it live every single day. Does that make sense? So, and what we do is we strategically map this thing out. So, and it's all in the book, all right? And we have it all transcribed. Right, every word I say and every post I do is transcribed, so you know exactly how I say. So like day 1, I'm talking about foods. Day 2, I'm talking about nutrients. I think it's day 9, maybe I'm talking about ADHD. Day 12, I'm talking about leaky gut. Okay, then I have a thyroid mixed in. So then you have this 21-day sequence with the call to action being, hey, I want to invite you to our next in-office workshop. No cost, no obligation. Feel free to bring a friend. This is what we're going to talk about. This is who needs to attend. So again, the framework, it's going to look like you're live. But I stream it live using a software, and we train on that software, by the way. And we talk about it in the book as well. Because you take that video, you stick it on YouTube, and then you stick it on Google. All right. But you take these videos. Let's say I do a video about ADHD. I do a video about leaky gut. Then you can strategically put money behind these posts targeting that specific audience, okay? Hashimoto's awareness, fibromyalgia awareness, ADHD, autoimmune mom, right? ADHD awareness. You get Attitude Magazine, right? So there's different interests of people that might have these XYZ conditions. So then of my 21-day sequence, maybe 5, 6, 7 of them are good to the point where, hey, I'm gonna put some money behind this and show this to a fresh audience beyond my 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes, however many followers you have currently, because chances of them seeing your stuff are pretty minimal. So you wanna put this message that you have this invite in front of a fresh audience, a fresh new audience. And again, I would split test video versus, because if your videos tend to go on for 7 minutes, you might be better off doing an image. Like I messaged Doug the other day, he sent me his video. It was awesome, it was very good. But I said, try split testing a screenshot of him holding up, like a report. He has a report, and he maybe just point to it, talking about, gluten and dairy and eggs, right? So try screenshotting it, do an image, see if that pulls any better than the video. I don't know. It's all about testing. I don't have a crystal ball. For me, I know it works for me, but understand I use Facebook just simply to fill up a room with about 10 people. I'm capped at 12, generally 9, 10, or 11 people show up, and that's it. I do that once a week. But the big question is, how much money do you put into it? So for me, if I can get 10 people in a room every week, okay, that's 40, 35, 40 people in a month. That's a big ROI on $1,500. So you take that $1,500, I can generally flip that into 30, 40, 50. That would be the goal here. So as long as the ROI is positive, you can work the kinks out and get a positive ROI flowing. I'm just gonna keep doing it. But sometimes doctors ask me, okay, I got $300, I got $400. Are you gonna be able to flip an ROI off of that, budget? So for me, I set the budget at $50, and I eat through that every single day, and I just go from there. So hope that was helpful, guys. If you want more information on the book, it's called the Functional Practice Accelerator.com. All right, you can also go to the functionalpractice.com, click on the link that says Accelerator, and it's going to take you to this. But yeah, I've got the my Facebook strategies mapped out as well as a bunch of other stuff, YouTube, and I'll talk about YouTube later in the week or maybe next week, and we'll go from there. So, all right, guys, have an awesome day. See you next time.